Introducing readers to new writers is one of the best parts of being an independent bookseller. There were some incredible debuts in 2023. The five titles at the top of the list explore the West in new and fascinating ways. We can't wait to see more from these exceptional writers. The finalists for debut fiction are Swim Home to the Vanished by Brandon Shea Basham, published by Harper. The Spite House by Johnny Compton, published by Tor Nightfire. The Missing Morning Star and Other Stories by Stacey Shannon Dennett Sosi, published by Torrey House Press. Night Wherever We Go by Tracy Rose Payton, published by Echo. Go as a River by Shelley Reed, published by Spiegel and Grau. And the winner is Go as a River by Shelley Reed, published by Spiegel and Grau.
Hey, Reading the West and all the amazing readers and booksellers. I cannot begin to thank you enough for this incredible award for my debut novel. As you can imagine, as a fifth-generation Coloradan, the stories of the American West just run deep inside my heart and my soul and my bones, and I just so admire all of the extraordinary writers who are on this year's list of nominees for the Reading the West Book Awards. So grateful for all of the booksellers of the MPIBA. You made all the difference for me this past year, recommending my book and hosting me. Thank you to the readers and the book clubs. Thank you so much to my ever supportive publishers, Spiegel and Grau. This is a huge honor for me, and may you all go as a river. Thank you.
We all have stories of personal traumas and triumphs, but transforming those stories into compelling literature is a rare gift. The five writers on this year's memoir and biography shortlist have turned intensely personal memoirs public and written inspirational and revelatory books. The finalists for memoir or biography are Soil, The Story of a Black Mother's Garden by Camille Dungy, published by Simon & Schuster. Class, a memoir of motherhood, hunger, and higher education by Stephanie Land, published by Atria. Brave the Wild River, the untold story of two women who mapped the botany of the Grand Canyon by Melissa Savigny, published by W.W. Norton and Company. How to Say Babylon by Sophia Sinclair, published by Simon & Schuster. 20 Miles of Fence, Blueprint of a Cowboy by Bob West with Janet Fogg, published by Bison Books. And the winner is Brave the Wild River, the untold story of two women who mapped the botany of the Grand Canyon by Melissa Savigny, published by W.W. Norton and Company.
Hello from Flagstaff, Arizona. I am thrilled to receive this recognition from readers and booksellers throughout the West. Brave the Wild River is the true story of two botanists who went on a grand adventure down the Colorado River in 1938. And it's a story about what's possible when you have courage in the face of enormous odds. Many thanks to my agent Lori and the entire team at W.W. Norton who helped me bring this forgotten story to light. And to the river runners, scientists, and historians who helped me to tell it and have been cheering for this story ever since. And lastly, libraries and independent bookstores are the hearts of our communities. A shout out to Brightside Bookshop in Flagstaff, Between the Covers in Telluride, and Back of Beyond in Moab, and there's so many others that I've had a chance to visit over the past year. I am honored to belong to this extended family of people who care about books and the landscapes of the West. Thank you.
The coming-of-age stories in the young adult category represent the West with all the diversity of the region itself. These books explore complex contemporary issues and give readers of all ages the opportunity to empathize with familiar characters and situations outside of their personal experiences. The young adult finalists are Resball by Byron Graves, published by Heartdrum. Star Splitter by Matthew J. Kirby, published by Dutton Books for Young Readers. The Renaissance of Gwen Hathaway by Ashley Schumacher, published by Wednesday Books. The Fight for Midnight by Dan Solomon, published by Flux. Onder and Santi Were Here by Johnny Garza Villa, published by Wednesday Books. And the winner is Resball by Byron Graves, published by Hartford.
Wow. Unbelievable. I am incredibly honored from the bottom of my heart that Resball was chosen as the best young adult for the 34th annual Reading the West Awards. Thank you so much to the booksellers and for everybody who took part in choosing Resball, reading Resball, considering Resball, and especially to everybody who went and voted for Resball. Ecstatic. Thank you.
Poets have long flocked to the American West for inspiration, both for the landscape and the people who live here. Each of these collections speaks with beauty and precision, celebrating the endless imagination and innovation of creative writing. The finalists in poetry are The Book Eaters by Carolina Hotchandani, published by Perugia Press; West, a translation by Paisley Rekdal, published by Copper Canyon Press; New Mexico Poetry Anthology 2023, edited by Levi Romero and Michelle Otero, published by the Museum of New Mexico Press; Hydra Medusa by Brandon Shimoda, published by Nightboat Books; Leaving a Tip at the Blue Moon Motel by Richard Vargas, published by Casa Urraca Press. And the winner is West, a translation by Paisley Rekdal, published by Copper Canyon Press.
Thank you so much to all of the booksellers and the readers out there that voted for West. It's incredibly exciting, and it's a huge honor for me. When I was asked to write a poem about the Transcontinental Railroad so many years ago, and I just wanted to make sure I did the history right and put it into the best kind of language possible. And then as it got stranger and weirder, I thought, this is a book that will have a hard time finding a readership. So finding a readership like this and finding the kind of enthusiasm for the book that you've displayed is just one of the greatest honors I can imagine. I really appreciate it. And thank you again so much. And please read all of the other finalists. All of their books are really amazing as well. And I'm honored to be part of their company. So thank you again. And happy summer.
Each one of the titles at the top of the nonfiction list takes a hard look at the promise and myth of the American West. The ways they approach these big ideas are as inspiring as the land is varied. Exploring the West with these books is a great adventure. The finalists in nonfiction are Holding Fire, A Reckoning with the American West by Bryce Andrews, published by Mariner Books. Blurred Boundaries, Perspectives of Rock Art of the Greater Southwest, photography by William Fry, with essay and captions by Polly Shafsma, published by the Museum of New Mexico Press. Crossings, How Road Ecology is Shaping the Future of Our Planet by Ben Goldfarb, published by W. W. Norton and Company. True West, Myth and Mending on the Far Side of America by Betsy Gaines Quammen, published by Torrey House Press. Living River, The Promise of the Mighty Colorado by David Showalter, published by Braided River. And the winner is True West, Myth and Mending on the Far Side of America by Betsy Gaines Quammen, published by Torrey House Press.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. I am absolutely thrilled. I want to thank Reading the West. I want to thank Mountains and Plains. I want to thank my beloved Torrey House Press. I also want to say I'm delighted to be among such amazing finalists. It was just really thrilling. While working on True West, once again, it was reaffirmed that independent bookstores are absolutely imperative to our communities. They're places of conversation, of learning. They're places where we can build relationships and work together to get around misinformation, disinformation, and low information, as well as myths that are absolutely everywhere these days. And so to be recognized by independent bookstores is absolutely thrilling. I'm just so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How do we connect with each other and the world around us? That's a question at the core of the titles topping the Young Readers list. Each of these books deliver moving, heartfelt stories that inspire young readers to approach the world with empathy. The Young Reader finalists are The Storyteller by Brandon Hobson, published by Scholastic Press; Skywriters by Polly Hollyoak, published by Viking Children's Books; A Horse Named Sky by Roseanne Perry, illustrated by Kirby Fagan, published by Green Willow Books; 15 Secrets to Survival by Natalie D. Richards, published by Delacorte Press; Coyote Queen by Jessica Vitalis, published by Green Willow Books. And the winner is Coyote Queen by Jessica Vitalis, published by Green Willow Books.
Coyote Queen is the story of a young girl who enters a beauty pageant determined to win the prize money that she and her mother need to escape a difficult situation. Along the way, she develops an eerie connection with a local pack of coyotes, and eventually she has to figure out how she's going to win the pageant, even though she has grown a tail. I have never entered a beauty pageant, and I have most definitely never turned into a coyote, but this story is extremely near and dear to my heart because it is inspired by my very own childhood, and I know that young Jessica never dreamed her story would make its way onto the pages of a book intended to shine a light on kids living in difficult situations, to make them feel seen and heard, and to give them hope for their futures. And I know that this award would have meant as much to her as it means to me today. Thank you so much to the Mountains and Plains Indie Booksellers Association, to my agent Sarah, to my editor Martha, to the entire team at Green Willow HarperCollins, and most especially to the booksellers out there, as well as the librarians, educators, parents, and caregivers, all working so hard to make sure that Coyote Queen finds its way into the hands of the readers who need it the most. From the very bottom of my heart, thank you all.
For so many of us, our first encounter with picture books sets a path to a lifelong love of reading. Picture books inspire curiosity, creativity, and encourage children to learn more about the world. These 5 picture books do all that and more. The picture book finalists are Remember by Zelina Gonzalez, illustrated by Adiana M. Garcia, published by Simon & Schuster Books for Young Readers. Alethea Ramirez Was an Artist by Violet LeMay, published by Michael Sampson Books. Contenders, 2 Native Baseball Players, 1 World Series by Tracy Sorrell, illustrated by Aragon Starr, published by Coquila. Bitsy Bat School Star by Kaz Widnes, published by Paula Wiseman Books. Nell Plants a Tree by Ann Winter, illustrated by Daniel Miares, published by Balzer and Bray. And the winner is Alethea Ramirez Was an Artist by Violet LeMay, published by Michael Sampson Books.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am just tickled that you chose Alethea Ramirez Was an Artist as your favorite picture book. It's just amazing. I'm so grateful to the Mountains and Plains Independent Booksellers Association, to whoever nominated Alethea Ramirez Was an Artist for this award. Extremely grateful to the publisher, Michael Sampson Books and Brown Books Publishing. And of course, I want to thank the parents of Alethea Ramirez. Without their help, this never would have been a book. And we have to thank Alethea, of course. Alethea's art is featured in the book. It's just so special to me and incredible and such an honor. Thank you to the voters. Thank you so very much. I'm just overwhelmed and couldn't be more grateful. Thank you.
Fantastic horror, historical fiction, and stories about families top this year's fiction list, but no matter the genre, each of these books has made a long-lasting impression on everyone who read them. The finalists for the Fiction Award are Red Rabbit by Alex Grecian, published by Tor Nightfire; Cheneyville by Paulette Giles, published by William Morrow; Stealing by Margaret Verbal, published by Mariner Books; Family Meal by Brian Washington, published by Riverhead Books. Holler Child by Latoya Watkins, published by Little Reparations Books. And the winner is Holler Child by Latoya Watkins, published by Little Reparations Books.
Thank you to Mountains and Plains Independent Booksellers Association, booksellers everywhere, and to readers for this incredible honor. I'd also like to recognize the other finalists. It is my privilege to be listed here alongside you. To my agent, Samantha Shea, to my editor, Pilar Garcia Brown, thank you for believing in this work from the start. To the entire team at Tiny Reparations Books, you are the best. And to anyone who has reviewed, featured, read, talked about Holler Child, thank you. Your support means the world to me, truly.